Okay, Christmas is over, so I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and continue to spread the love that is the spirit of Christmas and keep spreading it throughout the rest of this year and, of course, next year in 2021 as well. But because Christmas is over, now is the perfect time for me to do my very first bookshelf tour. I'm incredibly excited. Now, I could have done this a whole lot earlier in the month, but I decided to wait. I decided to wait until Christmas was over to do this bookshelf tour because I wanted to include all of the books that I could potentially receive at Christmas time. And I did well, you guys. I got a number of books at Christmas time. So now I know for sure that I will not be getting any more books between now and the end of the year. So you'll be seeing all of the books that I have or have had on my person sometime between January and the end of December in 2020. So let's get right into this and discuss my books. So this is a picture of my first bookshelf, and the reason why I'm showing you it in still form is so that I can show you how I organize my shelves. This is going to change at the end of this video, so it's more of an explanation of things that you have seen, particularly this month. I love changing my books around all the time. I want to change for 2021. But how they were at the time of filming was, this is my contemporary section. This is my fantasy section. This is my memoir section, or memoirs and biographies. This is my thriller slash horror slash mystery section. This is my LGBTIQ plus section. This is my middle grade section. This is my paranormal section. And this is my sci-fi section. On to bookshelf number 2. This is my current TBR shelf. So usually what happens is where that treasure chest is, on the right-hand side is where I put the books that I am going to be reading that month. And then once I've read them, I put them onto the left-hand side in the order that I have read them. So what you're seeing there is my December, the books I read in December. The shelf below that is some of my series. I just grouped them all together. So we have my Harry Potter series, my Selection series. Behind the Siren, I have my Hunger Games. And then we have the Ark of a Scythe and the Divergent series. Below that, as of right now, we have my Brandon Sanderson shelf. We don't have all of my Brandon Sandersons. At least, I don't feel like we do. Maybe they're just a bit squished. That is some of my Brandon Sanderson Cosmere Works books. And that shelf is going to be moved. Like, I'm going to move those books out of that shelf. Below that, we have my classics and a rough plan for my January TBR, but those books could be changed. Below that, I have books that I am going to be unhauling at the beginning of next year. And below that, I have my DNF shelf. If I DNF a book, I put it in that shelf right at the very bottom so that when I talk DNFs, I can take them out at that time and then unhaul them. Okay, now that you've seen an overview of my 2 bookshelves that I own at the moment, we're going to get right into the bookshelf tour. This is going to take a long time for me to do. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you once again at the end of the video. Let's do this. Voiceover Mr. Francy here, just here to let you guys know that I'm going to be putting all of my books onto these 2 shelves to show it to you. Otherwise, it would just be a whole lot of mucking around that I don't have the time for, but also other areas have proven not to have as effective lighting. So they're all going to be on these shelves. Let's do this. Okay, so we're going to start off with my contemporary slash historical fiction slash literary fiction section. Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer, 5 stars. P.S. I Like You by Casey West, 5 stars. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, 5 stars. The Devil Wears Prada by Lauren Weisberger, 5 stars. And Revenge Wears Prada by Lauren Weisberger, 4 stars. On to my literary fiction. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, 5 stars. Beartown by Frederick Bachman, 2 stars. To my historical fiction, The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, 2 stars. And The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, 5 stars. My next shelf is my fantasy shelf. These are all the fantasy books that I read that aren't by Brandon Sanderson. The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, 5 stars. The Last Smile in Sunder City by Luke Arnold, 2 stars. Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth, 3 stars. Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera, 2 stars. The Replacement by Brenna Yovanov, 2 stars. Personal Demons by Lisa De Roches, 3 stars. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, 4 stars. The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, 3 stars. Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo, 3 stars. Eragon by Christopher Paolini, 3 stars. Dark Fever by Karen Marie Monning, 3 stars. And Charmed Trickery Treat. This is a book that is based on the Charmed TV show. I read this before I started my booktube career, so I don't have a rating for it, but I like having it on my shelf for memories. Next up we have my biography/memoir section. Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham, 5 stars. Unstoppable, My Life So Far by Maria Sharapova, 5 stars. Helen Keller's Teacher by Margaret Davidson. Originally I gave this book 4 stars, but I think upon reread it'd probably be more like a 3. From Scratch by Tembi Locke, 4 stars. And Home, A Memoir of My Early Years by Julie Andrews, 5 stars. Onto my horror/thriller/mystery section. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, 3 stars. The Stranger Diaries by Ellie Griffiths, 1 star. The Guest List by Lucy Foley, 5 stars. Pet Sematary by Stephen King, 2 stars. Misery by Stephen King, 5 stars. The Eyes of the Dragon. Technically this is a fantasy by Stephen King, but I like to have all my Stephen Kings together, so it lives on my horror shelf, 4 stars. The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton, 4 stars. And The Dead Girls Detective Agency by Susie Cox, 2 stars, although I think on reread I would have given it a higher rating. These are the books that I have currently on my LGBTIQ+ shelf. History's All You Left Me by Adam Silvera, 5 stars. The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper, 5 stars. Captive Prince by C.S. Picard, 3 stars. And Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, 2 stars. This is my only shelf organised by age rating. It's the middle grade shelf, so all of these books are middle grade only. Goosebumps, My Hairiest Adventure by R.L. Stine, 1 star. The Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, 5 stars. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, 4 stars. A couple of Emily Rodda books, Rowan of Rin, 3 stars, and the first book in the Del Toro Quest series, The Forest of Silence, 4 stars. Pool Boy by Michael Simmons, 2 stars. Bot Wars by J.V. Cade, 4 stars. And Beverly Right Here by Kate DiCarmillo, 4 stars. The first 2 books in the Skyward series, this is for my sci-fi section. The third book is coming out later on in 2021. Skyward received 4 stars, Starsight received 4 stars. They are both by Brandon Sanderson. Then we have the Complete Reckoners series by Brandon Sanderson, Steelheart 5 stars, Firefight 3 stars, and Calamity 4 stars. The Calculating Stars by Mary Robinette Cowell, 4 stars. And All Systems Red, Book 1 in the Murderbot series by Martha Wells, 2 stars. On to my paranormal books, Evermore by Alison Noel, 5 stars. Vampire Kisses by Ellen Schreiber, 5 stars. On to my Vampire Academy series, Vampire Academy, 3 stars. Frostbite, 3 stars. Shadow Kiss, 5 stars. Blood Promise, 3 stars. And they're all by Rochelle Mead. Rounding off that series, Spiritbound 5 stars and Last Sacrifice 5 stars. And the companion series, Bloodlines, 5 stars, and The Golden Lily, 2 stars. Onto my Harry Potter series. All of these are the original UK editions, which were not easy to find. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, 4 stars. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, 5 stars. And Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, I think it's 4 stars. And all of these are by J.K. Rowling. Onto the Selection series by Kiera Cass. The Selection, 5 stars. The Elite, 5 stars. The One, 5 stars. The Heir, 4 stars, and The Crown, 5 stars, and The Siren by Kiera Cass, 4.5 stars. On to the Hunger Games series. The Hunger Games, 5 stars, Catching Fire, 4 stars, and the book we don't like to talk about on this channel, Mockingjay, 2 stars. All of these books are written by Suzanne Collins. On to the Arc of a Scythe series. Scythe, 5 stars. Thunderhead, 4 stars, and The Toll, 2 stars. These books are by Neil Shusterman. Onto the Divergent series. Divergent, 5 stars. Insurgent, 4 stars. Allegiant, 2 stars, and the book in the middle is one that came with these editions, and they are by Veronica Roth. Okay, on to Mistborn. The Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. The Final Empire, an overwhelming 5 stars. The Well of Ascension, 5 stars. The Hero of Ages, 5 stars. And Mistborn Era 2, the Wax and Wane series. The Alloy of Law, 3 stars. Shadows of Self, 4 stars. And The Bands of Mourning, 5 stars. The standalone Warbreaker, 5 stars, and the Stormlight Archives, The Way of Kings, 4.5 stars, Words of Radiance, an overwhelming 5 stars, and Oathbringer, 4 stars. Mistborn, Eras 1 and 2, Warbreaker, and the Stormlight Archives series are all brought to you by Brandon Sanderson. Onto my Christmas haul. I'm not at all surprised that that book fell down because that's not part of the Christmas haul, but I purchased myself the Princess Diaries, the pink book on the left, and then thanks to my sister seeing this, she wanted to purchase me some more in the series. So we have book 2, which is the Princess Diaries Royally Obsessed, book 3, Princess in the Middle, and book 4, A Royal Disaster. My sister also wanted to support my LGBTIQ+ reads, which I appreciate, so she also got me My Only Sunshine by Rowan McAllister. Thanks, sis! My dad and my stepmom wanted to really support me with my classics, which I really appreciate, so we have The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas, I believe, or Dumas. Anyway, I love this cover, isn't it beautiful? The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, and The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. This book has been on my wish list since June, and I finally have a copy. Thanks, Dad and Stepmom. These are books that I got from my KK on my dad's side. We do a Kris Kringle. So we have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. So thanks, guys. And my HarperCollins Interactive Classics set is growing, yay! So I purchased myself The Beauty and the Beast a little while ago. Then I received from Dad and Stepmom this one, which is The Secret Garden. And my mum purchased for me The Little Mermaid. Thanks, guys. This is a beautiful collection. How beautiful are they? So I'm glad that that series is growing. So I have a goal to read 12 classic books in 2021. I've just shown you 8. Those are books that were purchased for me. These are books that I purchased for myself that are classics. And we have The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and the Memoir of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Shout out to the gold sprayed edges. These are the only sprayed edges for any book that I own. My one and only Du Maurier, this is Rebecca. It is the 80th anniversary and it's just such a beautiful edition. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Stories by Robert Louis Stevenson, and Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. These are the sandstone editions, and I just think they're really beautiful. Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. I am thinking of replacing this edition because the price tag won't come off without peeling off the cover, which is such a shame because you can tell it's a classic book. It's really, really beautiful. 1984 by George Orwell. This is actually a book that was recommended to me by a subscriber and it sounds really good. And The Famous Five. Book 1, 5 go on a treasure island. Sorry. 5 on a treasure island. And book 2, 5 go adventuring again. I wish I could say I've owned this for years. I know both stories like the back of my hand, but unfortunately I lost all my Famous Five books and I want to recollect them again and read them again in 2021. And now to my TBR for 2021. Original Sin, Book 2 in the Personal Demons series by Lisa DeRoches. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Vampireville, Book 3 in the Vampire Kisses series by Ellen Schreiber. An Unkindness of Magicians by Kat Howard. Duel of Fire by Jordan Rivet or Rivet. Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Book 1 in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series by Shannon Messenger. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I'm going to test myself and see how I feel about City of Bones, Book 1 in the Shadowhunter series by Cassandra Clare. Disney's A Whole New World, A Twisted Tale. This is an Aladdin retelling to see what might happen if Aladdin never got the lamp. Both A Curse So Dark and Lonely and A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. This is book 3 in a series, so I'm going to need to scout out book 1. The Aeronauts Windless by Jim Butcher. What If It's Us by Becky Albertelli and Adam Silvera. Maybe The Indigo Spell by Rochelle Mead, book 3 in the Bloodlines series. The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. Simon Cowell, The Unauthorized Biography by Chaz Nuki Burden. Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. Princess Ben by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch. Monuments by Will Kostakis. Endure by Kerry Jones. Happily Ever After by Kiera Cass. I'll get to it one day. This is an art copy I have of Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Fires of Vengeance, book 2 in the Rage of Dragons series by Evan Winter. The Tower of Fools by Andrzej, I think, Sapkowski. A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer. The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. Arcanum Unbounded by Brandon Sanderson. Foul is Fair by Hannah Kappen. The Fire Star by A.L. Tate. The Year the Maps Changed by Danielle Binks. Crescent City by Sarah J. Mass. Book 2 in the Captive Prince series, Princess Gambit by C.S. Picard. And last but in no way least, Wicked by Gregory Maguire. And now to the books that I read in December. I'm not going to be giving star ratings for these, so come back in a couple of videos time. You will see my star ratings in my monthly wrap. The Betrothed by Kiera Cass. Kissing Coffins, book 2 in the Vampire Kisses series by Ellen Schreiber. The Beautiful Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charles Mackesy. More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Kemmerer. Cancer Schmancer by Fran Drescher. More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. The Deal of a Lifetime by Frederick Bachman. A Beautiful Edition of The Nutcracker by E.T.A. Hoffman. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And The Christmas Box by Richard Paul Evans. All of these books will feature in my monthly wrap, so check back in a couple of videos time for my star ratings. And just a quick note that I wanted to leave here, I do have the Hobbit, as well as the 3 books in the Lord of the Rings series, but I just didn't want to show them on my channel. And that is it. That is my 2020 bookshelf tour. And as you can see, I have now changed things around. I don't know if I'll change them around again. I love changing my bookshelves around. I'm not completely satisfied with this, but my main goal was to have my Sanderson stuff up here because I wanted to have these shelves as free as I can to put other books in there. This is how we're going to enter January 2021, with it looking like this, which is going to be very, very different. Back to the bookshelf tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it and had a lot of fun. It's always an exhausting thing to do. It takes most of the day, but I always love watching them back when they are done. If you're doing a 2020 bookshelf tour, let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to see yours. But in the meantime, letting you guys go with peace, blessings, and so much love. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah! Thanks for watching, and Happy New Year!